Lawn pests are broken into two divisions, two categories. You have your insects and you have your disease. Common diseases are grubs, which is the larva phase of a variety of different beetles. We also have chinch bugs, armyworms, and fire ants. Common diseases are brown patch and dollar spot, and they affect pretty much all grasses. Dollar spot is usually nutrient related, and brown patch is all diseases are temperature related. There's got to be the disease itself, the pathogen, the host. So a lot of diseases are host specific. They only go after a certain type of grass, and then the environment. So all three of those need to be present in order for disease to be established. And one of the most devastating diseases that we find here in Texas is on St. Augustine grass, and that's take-all patch. And the problem with take-all patch is once it's there, you can't get rid of it. So replanting an entirely different grass is really the only way to manage that disease because it will take out St. Augustine. It actually looks like it goes highlighter yellow instead of green. And once it's there, it's there. Disease is it's a little more difficult to identify because the patterns that disease leaves, um, it's not it's not really noticeable. It's very blotchy and erratic spaces that kind of die out. Once you're trained to identify that it's a disease, you'll notice that on some of diseases, the dead patch of grass will be surrounded by more green, and there'll probably be a center. The center of the dead portion will have a green space in the middle. It's called a frog eye. So that's a really common way to notice or know that it's a disease rather than a pest. If it's an insect, that's a lot easier to identify because so say it's grubs. Grubs feed on the roots of grass. So when you go to pull on the dead areas, you're literally going to pull patches, clumps of grass up, and you can almost roll it like a carpet because they've eliminated all the roots, so there's nothing holding it to the soil. If it's not grubs, so say it's army worms or chinch bugs, or uh, you'll notice that the blade of grass, if you get real close, the blade of grass is actually severed from the base of the grass. So you'll know that it's an insect over a disease. Disease, if you were to look at the grass real close, you're going to notice that it's almost rotted. It looks rotten or discolored. There's going to be some spotting on the leaves itself. So that's how you tell disease from an insect.